Okay, hi guys, welcome to week 2 of Educating Elvis. Here he is. Let's talk a bit about what we've done this week. We've sort of carried on doing the same stuff as we did last week, really. Just because I think for the first 2 weeks we knew we were just going to be chilling out with him and getting to know him and making friends with him. And just kind of watching him and observing him and making sure that we were, just getting to know him, really. Toilet training, it's not going as well as I'd hoped it would go. I think, you always have like super high expectations, or I do always, and you sort of think, after him getting the poos outside so quickly, and then really for a couple of days we had only like maybe one accident inside, and I sort of was a bit like, that's it, we're on top of it, like we're all over it. He's definitely started to wee indoors a little bit more. It's tricky because he seems to do like 2 wees. So he does 1 wee, and then about maybe 5 minutes later he does another wee. Rather than kind of emptying his bladder all in one go. I don't know if that's something that's just to do with his age, which I'm guessing it is. So that's something that I've had to watch and learn and observe and make sure that I keep him outside for the 2 wees, not just for the 1 wee. And just make sure I've got my eyes on him at all times when he's not. So he's either got to be in his crate or I've really got to have my eyes on him. Because there isn't a huge pattern to his wees. His poos, it's quite easy, but his wees not so much. So that's not going as well as I would hoped. But again, we'll report back next week and see if we've got on top of that a little bit more. I think it's down to me to get on top of it a bit more. We've carried on loads with the reverse training, or like what I sort of think of as like situational training, but I think it's technically called reverse training. Where, when he sits on his own, I've been giving him the hand signal to sit and telling him that that's what he's doing. And also with the recalls, not expecting him to recall all the time, but when he's looking at me, like out in the garden, and I think, right, now's the good time to call him in, to get down, to do the body language and say to him, here, which I'm going to use here as his recall command, here, and he does it most of the time. And then just making sure that when he does come, whoa, he's off. Making sure that when he does come, he gets absolutely loads of praise and that he knows that was the right thing to do. So the other big milestone that we've had this week for him is he has been out on his first walk, because he had the first of the 2 lots of second injections that he needed last week. So from today he was okay to go out in the park and stuff. So he went out this morning, myself and Alan took him, and he went for his first walk. We all filmed for Clan Dog. So at the end of this video diary, I'm going to give you some little snippets of how it all went. I think the main things to note is, oh, steady buddy, what are you doing? Crazy doggy. I think the main thing is I was actually really nervous. Like, even though I was with Alan, who's a highly experienced dog trainer, I was actually a little bit nervous about how it would go. He is my first dog. What's he going to do? Is he going to come back? Is he just going to disappear over the hills and that's it? I'm never going to see him again. Do I keep him on a lead the whole time? What if he doesn't like being on a lead? Like, loads of questions that if I hadn't have had that support from Alan, I don't think I'd have got it really wrong. I'd have done fairly similar to what we did with him, but it was, it was good to have that support and that knowledge, like, totally. What are you doing? Elvis, come here, come here, come here. Good boy. So the end of this video diary, I'll cut into that and show you kind of what he did and how I was feeling and stuff like that. And yeah, he's been wearing his collar a bit more because he doesn't really like it very much. But obviously he's got to get used to wearing it for going out and about. So I've been trying to keep him in his collar during the day just to get him used to it. What else has happened, buddy? What else have you done? Yeah, we've just been practicing that sit thing, and he's just about got that. I can ask him to sit, and 9 times out of 10 he does it. I've tried to introduce a little bit of door manners with him, so when we're going in and out of doors, I ask him for a sit before I open the door. I'm not expecting him to wait just yet, because I think that's unrealistic to expect that from him. But I do ask him to sit before we go in the door, and I don't open it until he has. And then gradually, as he gets a bit older and a bit more trained, then we'll start to say to him he's to wait and he's not to come through. But that's started a little bit this week. Yeah, his crate training's fine. He has a little whinge every now and again when you put him in his crate. but it's very, 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 very small. And he's been left alone for kind of short periods this week because I now have the school run to do, which is a bit much, I think, to take him on that just now because there's a lot of kids on scooters and bikes and all that kind of stuff. So he has to stay at home in his crate during that time, which is kind of like half an hour or so in the morning and half an hour or so at night, again in the evening. But he's been super good with that. He's been really cool and calm, and I can see from his from where his crate is, I can see in through the outdoor window, and I can see and I pop him in, and within a minute or two he's settled, and he's usually asleep in his crate by the time we get back. So that's been really good for him, because I think going forward it's something I need to be aware of, because I am working from home and I'm here most of the time, and once he's big enough and fit enough, he'll be coming out on the walks and the bike rides with me that I do during the week. So he's going to be liable to suffer from separation anxiety going forwards. And there are times we will want to leave him for a few hours because we want to go out for a family meal or something like that. We want to do a family day out in Edinburgh, and we'll maybe just be asking a neighbour to pop in to let him out for a wee or something like that. So, I need to be aware of that, and I think, put him away in his crate on his own for increasingly longer stretches during the day so that he can do an hour or two on his own and he's not worried and he's not stressed. Because I would hate that for him, that he would worry, and and I would hate that for us too, that we couldn't leave him. Because, that's not what we want as a family, and it's definitely not what we want for him. So next week I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start popping, even if I am here, just popping him in his crate for a bit of time, gradually just increasing that, so that he's nice and comfortable with being left. But other than that, that's it. That's what we've done this week. Still, still no huge, things to report, because it's, he's still really young. So we're just still getting to know him. We're still doing bits of training, bits of like reverse training with him, which is going really well, and we'll carry on with that. But yeah, I've got to remember not to expect too much of him. He is 9 weeks old. Yeah, that's it, folks. I did a little video diary before the walk, just to kind of get over how I was feeling about it, and then a few clips from his actual first walk. But he was a superstar, wasn't he? Elvis, come here. Elvis, go on. Yeah, so don't expect too much. Don't expect your puppy to come when they're called. Expect them just to sort of sit and ignore you, really. Here, you come in. Here you come in. Good boy. Yeah. So next week, better toilet training, a little bit of crate time. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay. Say bye-bye to everyone. Say bye. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye. We're at Hay Lodge Park for Elvis' first walk. I'm doing this with a highly experienced dog trainer. I've got a pretty decent amount of dog training knowledge myself over the last 5 months of working with clan dog, and I'm still a little bit nervous about this. So I think, what's he going to do? How's he going to react? How's it going to go? You can hear him. He's in his crate, just off shot there, a little bit whingy because I'm here and I'm not letting him out. So it's a little bit of a good lesson for him to learn. He doesn't necessarily get to get out his crate straight away. So yeah, we're going to film it. We're going to see how it goes. I just wanted to kind of let everybody know that I am, even under the circumstances that I'm doing this under, a little bit nervous. And I think it's fair to be a little bit nervous when you're doing it for yourself, on your own, essentially. So, yeah, cool.
Right.
If in doubt, just leave it on because.
Aye, I'm just going to leave it on. Elvis's first walk. I'm off. Now just walk away. Just walk away.